Hello and welcome back to Cast On, a knitting podcast where I talk about my finished objects, my whips, some yarn acquisitions and some more knitting things. My name is Ellie, I am from Austria and this is episode number 19. Welcome or welcome back to all of you who are returning viewers. This is episode 19 and I have such amazing news. We have hit a massive milestone. We have hit 1,000 subscribers on this channel and I'm so thankful for each and every one of you. I can't believe this. When I got the message, I was just so happy and so excited. So thank you so much for everyone who subscribed to my channel. If you haven't, then go and do that now. It would make me very happy if you could join this big journey with me. And I do plan on having a giveaway. Sadly, the things that I will give away haven't arrived yet. They will probably come after I shoot this video. I pushed it back to the furthest I could manage to film this, but sadly something went wrong with the post, I think. So yeah, I just haven't got it yet. But nevertheless, this is a knitting podcast, so I'm going to talk about my knitted things. Also, I have changed my hair a little bit. I think you can see that. I have dyed it for the first time in my life. I got some blonde about 1.5 years ago into my hair. I bleached it and got some balayage moment and I really like that. But I always wanted to have colourful hair, so I just did it. And I'm so happy about it. It is supposed to be purple. I think on camera it's a bit more pink than it is in real life. It is going to wash out and hopefully the hair will not have some really weird shading going on, because I know that can happen, but we'll see. Also, for those of you who don't know what I'm wearing, this is the Maya cardigan. I converted it to a sweater. You can find all of the notes and everything down below in my Ravelry page. Don't hesitate to go there. I know my notes have helped a lot of people to convert this cardigan pattern. It is a free pattern into a sweater and I'm super happy with it. It's still one of my favorite things that I made. Also got some nice colour work on the cuff. Anyway, now that all of that is out of the way, grab your knitting, grab yourself a drink and we can get started. I don't have any finished objects. I did want to have one, but I ran in a bit of an issue. If you can't already tell what it is my Ingrid sweater by Petite knit. This is what it looks like. Since last time I have finished both sleeves. Here's the first one and the second one. And I am currently working on the body. I still have to bind off the collar just because I wasn't sure if I would have enough yarn, because ideally I would have liked a folded collar like this one. But I'm really not sure, and that is what really worries me. So the yarn is We Are Knitters Merifine in Mauve. Looks like this. And this is my last ball. I wanted this sweater for such a long time and I knew I would want to make it in this yarn, but what I forgot about was that the stitch gauge for this yarn is 17 stitches and the pattern wants you to have 20 stitches. So I thought, never mind, it will be fine, I'll just use the recommended needle size. I did make a swatch. No idea how I should have measured this swatch. I just made it because of it was fun. I later realized that Petite Knit actually has a video on her website where you purchase, or where I can purchase the pattern from, that she has a video about swatching and gauge. I didn't watch that. I didn't know that because I don't think it said it in the pattern. It just said to do a little bit of everything that you have in the pattern as your swatch, but there was no more information about how many stitches you're supposed to have. Anyway, so I have 1110 meters, I think, because I bought 10 balls of this. And this is where we're at. Now, I did make a mistake. I made this section too short. I read the chart wrong, and this is supposed to be double the length. I'm not too mad about it. I'm not sure if you can already, like, if you can tell once I wear it, that this section is supposed to be the length of this section. I really don't know. I wish I went back and did it, but I am tiny bit confused about the pattern. And I know I heard this a lot about it, but I really want this finished piece, so I ignored all of it. It's not that I ignored it, but I knew there were troubles with it ever since it came out. So the first thing is that I am confused about the pickup stitches around the sleeve, because I realized if I had made this the correct length, then I would have still not had the correct amount of stitches to pick up. I'm really bad at picking up stitches, I have to say. I absolutely hate it. I can never get the right amount, even though I do it exactly like the pattern tells me. It just doesn't work. So I did pick up the correct amount of stitches, I just didn't space them out like they were supposed to be spaced out. And I'm not sure if you can get to that amount because of this longer section that I don't have. So that was the first thing. And then the second thing, which I know is a common problem with the sleeves, are the decreases you're supposed to make every 8th row. And she does have a video on this on her website, video support, but like a lot of people already said, there's no information about this in the pattern that there is a video available. So that would have been nice, but because I heard about this from other people, I knew about it. So I had not a lot of troubles with this. I thought it was very easy, but it is not neat. You can clearly see the decreases here. And what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to start this cable, and then it gives you this odd bump because it doesn't lead anywhere. So I thought, alright, on the second sleeve I'll just remove that part because I think it looks strange. But then something happened. And I'm not sure if I like this sleeve more or even less. Let's see. So this is the second sleeve. As you can see, I removed these cables, so it looks a tiny bit neater. Of course, it looks massive because of the size of they're not actually cables. I know I said cables all the time, but they're actually faux cables, like this crisscross pattern. But then something up here happened, and yeah, I just didn't want to go back. I wanted it done. I couldn't figure out what went wrong, because I know I removed some things, but if I had decreased even more, then the lattice pattern wouldn't have, yeah, I don't know. That's all I'm saying, I don't know. The sleeves are done. I am very worried they're gonna stretch out to hell and back. I know they will. They are super wide. Like, this is the width if I put my arm in. Like, yeah, bit worried about that. I don't love those kind of sleeves because they always I always snag them on something, so I like to have a tight sleeve. But I did as the pattern said I should do, and currently I am at the body. So here's the body. I'm almost done with the faux cables, but like I said, I only have one ball of yarn left, and I don't think it's gonna be enough. This is all I've left. I still have to do, I think, one more round or two for the crisscross, and then you have an eyelet row again, and then you have the 2x2 ribbing, and then you have the 1x1 rib. So it's like the sleeve. I have essentially all of all of this left. I don't think I can do that with one ball, and that worries me because I had a look on the website and I can't get this yarn anymore. They have every other colour, but they don't have this colour that I need for Austria. They also don't have it for the German website, so in Germany. You can get it in like America, so in the US, that's fine. I don't know why they don't do this anymore. I really don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do if I can't get more, or if I can't finish it with this, because I waited to make this pattern for so long, ever since it came out. It's been like a year now since it came out, and I wanted it ever since then. So I'm a bit bummed, to say the least, because it's a beautiful sweater and I would make this again. The sleeves were super fast. It was very put this back. It was very entertaining because you have those different textures, so I didn't get bored just restocking it. So yeah, that is the update on the Ingrid sweater. Next time I'm gonna show you what it's gonna look like with this one last ball in it, and I guess we cross that bridge when we come to it in 2 weeks. Then the next whip is, or the next 2 whips should I say, are new things. So I put sorry, got some fluff. So like I said last time, I put all of my other whips kind of to rest. I'm not going to show you them anymore until they're finished, just because I don't really work on them that much and I really wanted new things. So this looks like a lump of fabric, and it kind of is. This is what I have so far. This is the Magnolia Summer Tea, and this is a pattern by Camilla. It was published in the Lining magazine, and I'm knitting this up in Sandnesgarn Tynn in the colour 8521. It's a really lovely sage green. I'm not a green person, but this, I just crave something light, something spring coloured, and this is it for me. So what you start out doing is did I say I hold it double? Can't remember if I did. I'm holding it double so I get a DK weight gauge, and with this shirt so in the pattern you have 2 choices. You can either make the sweater or the t-shirt. You have both available, and I think it's a beautiful design. You have a really pretty lace at the bottom, and I only have about 2 more increased rows and then I'm ready to split for sleeves. Now I don't know if you can see that, but the construction is a bit, how should I say that in a nice way? I think there's room for improvement. Let's go for the schmoozy answer. Room for improvement, because you can clearly see where the increases start. You have this massive line right here. This is so awkward. Let's put it this way. You have this massive line. So what you do is you do some short rows, which are fine. They were very fun. I don't think you can see them that much. Maybe more so at the front with some holes here. But you can definitely see where the increases start. And I think what might have been better is, instead of having the short rows up here by the collar, is down by the body just before you start the lace to raise the back. I think that would have been a little bit better, because the short rows are quite chunky. the wedge that you make, it is quite significant, and you can see that in the result. I'm dropping stitches. So I'm working on 4mm needles on the, I think I'm hitting gauge. I don't really know. I don't really care that much. I know this is a bit I'm a bad knitter, but I just want the finished object. I've wanted this shirt for so long, and I'm finally making it. You have a twisted rib at the top. I like the look of it. Hell to actually do for my wrists, but what don't you do for your beautiful garments? Now it is a round yoke like this sweater, and those tend to have not the best fit. And with these increases and with the yarn choice, and I think with any yarn really for this, you can see the increases, and it bothered people. I read on the Ravelry page, was it the forum or the comments, or even the pages itself, I can't remember, but people complained that you can see the increases and it looks a bit messy, and I do agree with that. I think the pattern itself is very beautiful, but I think you can have a different construction to avoid those things, and again, room for improvement. Now the sweater looks beautiful. It is a mohair and fingering weight blend, not blend, but like DK weights to hold them together. She does have them in various different gauges in her pattern store, so she has a chunkier weight as well, I think. So you can't really see those increases that much with the sweater because of the fluffiness of the mohair. Well, let me just put these on a stitch holder before they fly off again. This is what it looks like so far. Like I said, I don't have a lot left for the increases. You can, I don't know if I love the look. Maybe the camera doesn't pick it up as much, but you can definitely see those. I tried a different method for the first round of increases, and then that didn't work out because it would just have like a pearl bump, and that made it even more obvious, like this one here. You can see it's like a pearl bump. So I then started to make one right, I think, because they give me a tighter hole. I don't know what I'm going on with this about. But yeah, this is the Magnolia Summer Tee. I am happy I started it. It knits up very nicely. The yarn is one of my favorite summer yarns, and holding it double, it's just fantastic. It is a blend of cotton, viscose and linen, because it's Tynn linen. Of course there's linen in it. I bought so much of this last year because I loved it so much. I made the Cumulus tee for my mum for her birthday using this yarn. Single, it's a fingering weight gauge. It was absolutely hell to work because it took so long, but the yarn, I would recommend it to anyone. It is super soft. It does not have any of that squeakiness that cotton tends to have, and I would highly recommend this to anyone. The yarn shop where I get it from, they still have their sale going on. I'm not sure if they ever changed it, but you can get it in a variety of colours, and it is such a great summer yarn. So that is my Magnolia Summer Tee. And then the last whip that I have for you today is something that I am not sure about. I think I'm gonna frog it because I'm just not happy with it. So a little background story. This is Tynn Merinoull. Will I focus? This is the yarn. It is 100% wool by Sandnesgarn in the colour 6531 if anyone's interested, and the gauge is 27 stitches. Now I bought this yarn about a year ago, I think, and it was on sale, and I don't know what I was thinking, but I actually really don't like this colour. I do like blues, and this would have been my preferred colour, but there's just something about it that I don't want to wear this. It makes me look super pale. It is a beautiful baby blue, don't get me wrong, but I wouldn't want to wear something with it. But I want to get it out of my stash because I've had it for such a long time now that I don't know what else to make with it. I made one shirt last year, and I don't wear that because it's too thick. You can't wear something like this in summer in Austria. So my whip are the beginnings of a very sad Ranunculus by Hirose Midori, I think it's her name. This is what I have so far. I did size down a needle size, and I'm holding the yarn double. I'm working on 5mm needles. I made a mistake. I forgot to size up after I started the ribbing, so the first like couple of short rows are still with a tighter gauge, and you can see that. But this is what it looks like. The reason why I chose this pattern is because I heard so many good things about it, that you can kind of use any yarn, and you can use very little yarn for this pattern as well, especially mohair. But I'm just really not happy with it. The yarn, it's squishy. Is it superwash? I'm not sure. Doesn't say. Maybe it is superwash. It is squishy. It's perfect for, I think, baby knits. But I don't have anyone who has babies. I don't have a kid myself. So I really don't know what to make with this yarn. I have, I think, 4 balls of it in total, so that is quite a significant amount. But I just really hate this. I'm never gonna wear this, so I might have to unravel it. I wanted something quick and easy, and something that kind of makes me feel good to get that knitting mojo going again. But this clearly is not it. And the problem is that I have this same colour in another Sandnesgarn, and I really don't know what to do with it. The other one is a lot softer. It's supposed to have the same gauge. It's supposed to also have 100% merino wool in it, but I'm not sure because I really don't know what the difference between those two are. But the other one is a lot softer. It's called Baby Lynette or something like this. So I have 2 options. I can either keep it in my stash and just kind of forget about it that I have it, or I could continue it and try dyeing it. Now, I never dyed yarn before. I've always wanted to. I do have some other yarn in my stash, some white yarn that I would like to try dyeing with, but I have no idea how it's gonna be with this one, because it already is blue and I don't know how much colour it can actually take on, and I really don't want it to be patchy. So let me know down below in the comments what I should do. Should I just frog it and forget about the yarn and come back to it, I don't know, a few months down the road, or do you think I should actually try and dye it? Let me know. So those were all of the updates on my whips, really. I've not really worked on anything else. I'm gonna have to frog my summer shirt I showed last time. I still need to figure out what I did wrong, but that's fine. But this time I do have some yarn acquisitions. So if you are a follower on my Instagram, you already know what this is going to be. The first 2 things are not yarn things, but I still needed them and I wanted them. The first thing, very, like, really not exciting, some elastic. I wanted some elastic to put in a collar for my lentil sweater because it was just stretching out, and it looks so much better with it. So I'm really happy that this worked. This is just the standard knitting elastic by Prim. Really nothing special. I held it double and it worked a charm. Highly recommend if you can get your hands on this. I don't know if there's a difference in the elastic of different brands, in how much you get, how thick it is. I have no idea. This is my first time trying elastic. It is very thin. You can't even see it. It is very thin. It stretches a lot, of course, because it is elastic, but just for some strength I held it double. Really happy with this. And then the other thing is a shaver. I do have, or a depiller. I do have a depiller, one from, it's by Philips, I think, and it is an electric one, and I'm really happy with it. I love it to death. I haven't had to change the batteries once, and I'm pretty sure I've had it for about a year now. The reason why I wanted this is because I do have one sweater. It is my sweater number 9, and it pills like crazy. I cannot deal with this sweater anymore. What happened was I used the Petite wool by We Are Knitters in ivory and held it with some drops kid silk mohair, and that did help. But I realized it's actually not the mohair, which I thought all along was the problem. It's actually the wool itself, and that makes me question what I should do with the rest of the wool that I have. I do have some skeins in blue, or like a grey blue colour. If you've seen my New Year's resolutions / stash video, you will know what I talk about. But I did make the sweater in this yarn, and it felt, I do nothing, I just wear it. I washed it once, and I made it a year ago. I washed it only once, and it's completely felted. It's not nice to feel. It's very itchy, and I think that is the mohair by Drops, because that's just a no from me. But it pills like hell. So what I thought I could try is I could try a little shaver. So this one is by Addy. It's very, I don't know if you know shavers. It's kind of blunt. It's got these kind of spikes, but they are still blunt. It looks a bit like, you know, a key has these ups and downs, these riffles. That is what it essentially is. And this worked a charm on the sweater. I could get rid of all of the pilling, but I think I can bin the sweater. I really don't know. Let me know down below what you do with your sweaters that you don't wear anymore because they are not comfortable, but they are too kind of rough to give it away or to give it to charity. What do you do with them? Technically it is all wool, so I could just chuck it on the compost. I don't know, do you do that? Let me know, please help me with this. But back to this. This has worked out great. I wouldn't necessarily want to use it on my other garments because it was quite rough. It was also a lot slower. I love my electric one. I would highly recommend everyone and anyone gets one of these. But this one I think is still a good option to have. I've not had to depill a lot of my garments. This one every now and then, like you can see here, is one thing, but this sweater really doesn't pill a lot, and I wear this a lot. So it's still good to have. The brand is alright. I mean, Addy is quite famous, so I don't know if there's a difference in like combs. I have no idea. But yeah, nice to have. And then for, of course, the exciting part, the yarn bit that I know you've all been waiting for. I have bought some yarn, and that is because I wanted to make a cardigan for my mum. I love the Magnolia pattern so much that I really want to make the cardigan version for my mum's birthday in June. It is still a bit early, but I'm I despise purling, so I have to get started now so that it will be finished in time, because last year I started way too late and it just it was just hell to try and finish that before, well, not even before her birthday, but when she came round. So I'm gonna make the Magnolia cardigan in drops cotton merino in this really light dusty pink. It's very light. I think it's even lighter than what the camera picks up. It's almost, I think the color is called a powder, at least in German, Puder, which is a very light pink, and it almost looks white, which I'm really happy about because I wanted to make something neutral. Now, they didn't have any nice neutral colorways that I liked at that time when I bought the yarn, but my mum is a very pink person. She really suits those light pinks, and I thought this would still be a good fit. So the color code is 28, and it's so soft. It is a cotton and merino blend. It's half and half, so 50% wool, 50% cotton. It is super wash, but my gosh, this is so soft. I have to get more of this for myself. I think the gauge is just a tiny bit odd. Let's see, oh no, 21 stitches. So that's like a sport weight. But the reason why I haven't started yet, which I wanted to do, is because the second order that I placed for some yarn hasn't arrived yet, and I'm a bit bummed about this and angry with the yarn shop, because this has happened twice now. Every time when I ordered yarn from them, there has been some kind of problem. So I think it's just best if I go there. But because I bought so much yarn, I thought it would be better to just order it. Because with this, I want to hold it with some Filcolana Tilia mohair. Now, I don't know how well the mohair will fit color-wise. Like I said, I ordered it online. It was a very late evening when I decided to do this. And yeah, what should I say? So more yarn is yet to come, and I'm going to show you that in the next episode, and hopefully by then I will have cast this on, because this is pushing it now. It's March, it's my birth month. My birthday is at the end of this month, and her birthday is at the beginning of June. So I have about 2.5, 3 months to make this. Hopefully this will be enough. I'm gonna see how intense the lace chart is with my t-shirt, because it's the same for the cardigan, but it's gonna be my first cardigan. I wanted to make the first cardigan to be my cardigan, because I know I'm not a cardigan knitter because of all this purling, but I thought, why not? It's for my mum. I love her dearly and she deserves all of this, and even if it's the only cardigan I make this year, I'd rather it be hers than mine, because I'm a selfish knitter. I knit a lot of things for myself, and I am not ashamed to admit that. So this was all of the yarn. I'm really sorry this is a very short episode again. I am trying to get back on my feet with knitting. I'm trying to find patterns that would make me happy and that would also be interesting for you to watch, of course. I'm gonna cast on a lot more just to show you, but also to work on things. I have to say, this project is a very fun project for the underground, because it's not chunky, it's very, because of the yarn itself, you can fold it really easily. I think it crinkles a little bit, but it's very pleasant. So I'm gonna cast on a lot more. The cardigan will be my next cast on, definitely. And after that, I really don't know, because I'm in this weird stage of, sorry, can you hear the crows? We live kind of in a tree house, because we have a tree right there beside the window, and it's so big that it kind of hugs this whole corner. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, next projects. I'm in this weird mood because it's March now. March is spring. It's still quite cold. It was very warm last week. We had like, oh, it's been like 13 or 14 degrees, which is very unusual. I was sweating so much because I underestimated how hot it would be, because you get so used to the cold temperatures. But now it's cold again, and I really wanted to go skiing, but I've not had the chance because of the whole uni dilemma. So it's my 3rd or 4th year now that I've not been skiing, which is really sad because I absolutely love skiing. I've been skiing since I was a little kid, and it makes me sad that I can't pursue that kind of passion as well. Anyway, back to cast-ons, back to knitting. My next project, like I said, I kind of want something springy. It might be enough with this project. I might have scratched that itch with the green colour, something that I would normally not go for. But I'm not sure if I still want to make a sweater. I'm on the fence, because I do want to make the Moby sweater by Petite knit. I think it's again a beautiful pattern, but it has cables, and I feel really guilty because I haven't finished my boyfriend's cable knit sweater, and I started this like 7 months ago, something ridiculous. I know it's been a while, so I feel guilty if I cast this on for myself when I haven't even finished his. So I don't know. But then I'm also thinking about sweater number, I think it's 18, with the really nice rose that you have, those kind of stripes. I know my favourite things knitwear is a very difficult designer, and a lot of people have problems with her and the whole concept of the brand, so the like brand image and stuff. But I still really like her designs. She does update things gradually, not as quickly as people would like it. But I mean, size inclusivity is a whole nother topic. If you want me to talk about this and give you my opinion, then feel free to leave a comment down below. I'm happy to talk about this. I think I have a bit of an unpopular opinion on it. But yeah, those are the kind of things that I'm thinking about right now. Do I want another sweater? Because I know I'll be working in it for at least a month. Or do I want to move to lighter things? But then again, I mean, summer in Austria is so long that I don't want to make shirts all the time. I don't want to make camisoles all the time. I really, really want to make lots and lots of sweaters, but the climate here just says no. So I don't know, even for summer shirts, nothing really tickles my fancy. There are a few things coming out from other designers, nothing that has really caught my eye. Says me just scratching my eye. But yeah, let me know also if you have some fun summer patterns, spring patterns that you are currently casting on. I would like to do a knit along one day. I think they are very fun. I've only done a couple and I really enjoyed them. So you can also let me know your opinion about that. And have a sip of tea because my throat is giving out. I love this cup. I got this for Christmas from my boyfriend, and it says anti-stress cup for you, and it's got this really cute sloth. Yeah, so those were all of my knitting things, my knitting related things. Again, I'm very sorry this is a shorter episode again. I just don't feel like knitting at the moment, and I think I figured out why that is. I think it's seasonal depression. I've heard this term before and I kind of forgot about it, but I heard it again recently and I'm like, yes, all of my prayers have been answered. This is exactly why I feel so down all the time, because it's kind of the end of winter. I'm very glad that the sun is coming out more and more each day. I don't like the heat of it, but I like having it. I like the light, and it's also getting a lot lighter the longer days. And with the end of this month we turn our clock forward, so we have more daylight with every day, which makes me very happy as well. As for plans for the near future, still plowing through university. Don't need to go there, it just makes me kind of depressed thinking about it, but things are slowly but surely moving. And in terms of plans for this year, me and my boyfriend, we would really like to visit Sweden this year. Like to fly there for a week or so and then move on to Norway. Don't know if that's gonna happen. We were gonna do it in April, but again we left it too late, like we do every year. So we probably do that in either summer or early autumn, when things have started to settle down again. Don't know about going to England this year because his holidays are very limited. I also don't know what's gonna happen to me. I'm currently looking into some jobs, but I know this is gonna sound really stupid because yeah, but I don't like to work for other people. I'm an Aries and I am very stubborn, and I'm getting very angry at people when they don't do the things like I want them to do it. So I am a very self-sufficient person. I don't need a big team, and I don't like people poking around in my things. So I'm looking into a few job offers, or not offers, no one offered me anything. I'm looking into a few jobs to see if there might be a good fit in marketing, because that's what my whole degree is about essentially. And I would really like to work remotely, so I can work from anywhere, and kind of I just want the flexibility, I think is what I'm trying to say. I like to have flexibility. I like to start when I want to start and not be tied to a place. And yeah, currently looking into those things. And then for my mum's birthday, she's turning 50 this year, which is a big birthday, so I need to think about something to get her. The plan was to have like a family holiday, so me, my mum and my brother, that would go away, but she kind of had this idea and we're planning on doing something in May for like 1 or 2 days. So I really don't know about this anymore. I want to do something special, you know, and I'm really bad with like presents and stuff. So I thought the holiday would have been the best option, because it's always just kind of been the three of us, and it would be nice to recreate a holiday, the one and only holiday we went on about almost 20 years ago now. It's a long time. Don't know, have been away. But yeah, so we're gonna do something in May. And yeah, is there anything else? I don't think so. I just want to see places. I just want to travel, because with the pandemic and everything, I realized how little time you actually have in your life, and I don't want to waste any more of it. I want to see the world. I want to do exciting things and not just waste away, because I think I'm gonna have time in the future, because no one knows what the future holds. So that is everything. My rambling is over now. If you're still here, thank you for still being here. If not, then that is totally fine. I know these episodes are kind of chatty at the moment. I don't know, we're all, I think, feeling a bit down at the moment, but things are looking up. The sun is coming back, days are getting longer. Hopefully that will help us to get back on our feet and develop some more love for our craft. So thank you so much for being here. Again, thank you so much for 1000 subscribers. It makes me a bit emotional, I have to say. I'm very glad to have this community, to have it created myself. Head over to Instagram and follow me there if you're not a follower yet, to just not miss anything, because I am fairly active there, or at least I try to be, and we can all connect. So like this video if you did enjoy it, subscribe to my channel if you want to know more about it and to come back. Also hit that notification bell to be notified when I upload a video, and I hope you have a wonderful week whenever you're gonna watch this, and happy knitting. Bye.